Hi, welcome to your practice. Let's get started at the front of the mat. Find your feet hips distance apart. And as you inhale, lift the arms looking up. As you exhale, forward fold. Feel free to bend the knees. Inhale, halfway for length. Exhale, folds. Push your both feet to rise all the way up, looking up. On exhale, watch your hands come into the center. Inhale again. Exhale, folds. Inhale, halfway, low back goes in and up, looking up. Exhale, folds. Push your both feet to rise up, looking up. On exhale, coming into your center. Again, one more cycle. As much as possible for today's practice, let yourself have a little smile of the eyes, a little smile of the lips, and your brow soft. Inhaling the arms up, left behind right as you hinge towards the right. On inhale, partially up. On exhale, down. Push your both feet to rise. Switching hands, opposite side. Inhaling up. Exhale, push through your right foot as you descend. On inhale, up. Taking the arms wide, fists to the bottom of jean pockets. Push down and forward as you inhale, up and back. On exhale, lifting from the heart to fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, folds. Right foot back, right knee down. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, stepping forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Push your both feet to rise. On exhale, come to heart center, keeping that little smile. Inhaling the arms up. Left behind right hands, right behind left feet. Hinging towards the left side. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhaling all the way up, switching hands. Left foot behind right, hinging to the right. On inhale up. On exhale down. On inhale all the way up. Hands to jean pockets. Inhale the heart up and back, looking up, smiling. On exhale, folds. Inhale halfway, looking up. Exhale, looking down. Push through both feet as you let your gaze change. Your brow soften, your eyes and mouth smile. Inhaling the arms forward and up. Exhaling them forward and down. Fist to jean pockets. Inhale, up and back. On your exhale, the heart lifts, releasing as you fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, left foot back, left knee down. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, low back goes in and up. Exhale, folds. Push through both feet to rise, arms sweeping up. Then arms sweeping wide, fists to jean pockets. Push down and forward to inhale, up and back. On exhale, your heart lifts, the mouth smiles. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Left hand to the block or the floor, well forward of your shoulder. Inhale, opening, bending the left knee to twist, straightening the knee to unravel. Bending the left knee to twist, straightening to unravel. Moving with your breath, letting your gaze shift and your mind and eyes and mouth smile. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, folds. Arms go forward and up if you can as you rise. On exhale, they go wide, fist to sacrum. Push down and forward as you inhale, up and back. On exhale, the heart lifts, releasing the hands as you fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Right hand to the block or the floor, bending your right knee as you twist towards the left. Straightening the knee as you unravel. Letting your focus shift as the gaze shifts, but keeping the brow soft one more time, the corners of the mouth soft. The corners of the eyes soft. Inhale halfway, low back in and up. Exhale, fold. Push through both feet to rise all the way up. On exhale, back to center. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale, folds. Right foot back, high lunge. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right hand to the block or the floor as you twist. Straighten out on inhale, lengthening. On exhale, twist. One more time. On your next exhale, step the hand down, step the foot back, side plank on your right hand. Vasisthasana. You can always put the top foot in front. You can always lower to the knee. Taking a couple breath cycles. Check that you have the soft smile of the lips, the soft smile in the eyes, soft brow. On exhale, floating the hand down, lowering all the way down for a cobra, or rising up into up dog. On exhale, lower down. Push through the hands to rise back up to your downward facing dog. Inhale onto tippy toes. Exhale to step or jump towards the front of the mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Push through both feet to rise all the way up. Arms come back wide, fist to the sacrum, push down and forward to inhale up and back. On exhale, the heart lifts. As you come, release the hands and fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, left foot back. Left hand to the block or the floor. Inhale to open. Exhale to lengthen. You can switch that breath if you'd like. But focus on the smile of the eyes, the smile of the lips. On exhale, stepping back to plank, side plank on the left hand. Take any version you like. But keep your lips gently smiling like you have this secret inside that you can't let out. So you're about to bust up. So letting the corners of the mouth, the corners of the eyes smile, the brow be soft. On exhale, the hand floats down. Either lower all the way down and take cobra, or inhale up into up dog, downward facing dog. Inhale onto tippy toes. Exhale, let the hips soften. Then bend the knees, start to move the body around. Let there be some craziness. Move your jaw around. Notice getting stuck in any positions. Make weird movements with your body. Legs, arms move differently. And slowly coming back into stillness. On your inhale, lift your left leg to the sky. On exhale, set it back down. On inhale, right leg to the sky. Smiling inside, leg comes back down. Inhaling the left leg. Exhale brings it forward to a warrior two. Feel free to come to the front of your mat and meet us in a warrior two. Gazing forward. Pull the feet in towards each other as you straighten the legs. On your exhale, lengthen out. Inhale, pulling in. Exhale, extending out. Let that movement continue, but get smaller and smaller so you're making the intention without the movement until you settle into your strength and your ease at the same time. Then soften the tongue and the mouth. Little smile of the eyes, little smile of the mouth. The brow is soft. Watching whatever goes on in the brain with curiosity, patience, and humor. On your exhale, cartwheeling the hand down, stepping back, downward facing dog, vinyasa, child's pose, whatever works for you. As we watch the mind We watch it like a sitcom that has all the different characters. We love them all despite their quirks. Inhaling the right leg to the sky. Exhale, sets it down. Inhaling the left leg to the sky. Exhale, sends it down. Inhale the right up. On exhale, right foot forward, warrior two, back heel plants. Inhale to rise. Straighten the leg, pulling the feet in. On exhale, extending back out. One more time with the huge movement. And then we make the action like we're trying to pull in and trying to extend out. So you feel yourself eventually balance between effort and ease. Soften the corners of the mouth. Let your little mischievous grin come up from the bottom of your body, all the way bubbling to the mind. On your next exhale, cartwheel the hands down, stepping forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, low back goes in and up. Exhale, fold. Push through both feet to rise all the way up. Let your gaze shift. As the hands come in, close the eyes. See that humor bubbling from the inside. Releasing the hands, lifting the head. Right foot back, extended side angle. Bend into the front knee, lengthening forward. Left hand to the block or elbow to the knee is going to be easier. On your inhale, sweep the right arm overhead, looking at it. On your exhale, sweep the hand palm face down. Watch your right shoulder move away from your ear. 2 more times with your breath. Notice if you lost that little grin. Like the brain is smiling to let it soften. The next time you come into the pose, stay. But on your exhale, like you're trying to pull the shoulder down. On your inhale, like you're trying to lengthen. So the same actions, they just get smaller until they arrive in stability and ease. The mischievous grin bubbles up. And we watch whatever's going on in the mind with curiosity, patience, and ease. On your next inhale, push through both feet. Let the top arm pull you up. Heel toe or hop into the midline. And notice differences from right side to left side. Any shifts in the body. Any shifts in the energy. Any shifts in the mind. Stepping or jumping the feet wide, opposite side. Right foot turns out, left foot turns in. Bending into the knee, bringing the hand to the block or the floor, or elbow to the knee. On your inhale, sweep the arm overhead. Notice how long you get. On your exhale, as the hand goes down, watch your shoulder move away and your chest open. Couple more times. Really watch your shoulder move away from your ear and your chest broaden on the exhale. One more time. Keeping that little smile bubbling up from the bottom up. The next time you arrive in the pose, stay. But on your exhale, let your shoulder move away and your chest open. On inhale, lengthen. On exhale, chest opens, shoulder softens. On inhale, lengthens. Going back and forth through those movements until you find neutral in the middle. Smile from the inside out. The eyes, the brain. Fake it till you make it. On your next inhale, push through the feet to rise up. Turn the toes in if you like. Step or hop to the midline. And notice that everything we do, shifts our body. You might feel different sensations in one side versus the other. You might have different thoughts bubbling up. Taking the feet wide again for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Turn the left foot out, the right foot in. Manually rotate your thighs so your knee points over your toes. Left hip crease moves back. Left hand to the block, floor, or the leg. Looking up if you can. On your inhale, sweep the top arm overhead. Let the top ribs really lengthen up. On your exhale, the bottom ribs pull towards the bottom armpit to lengthen you. 2 more times. Watching the tension and the stress and the muscles shift. So you might feel ligaments move. You might feel tendons slide past the muscles and then staying. But on your inhale, as if you were going to round the upper torso. And on exhale, as if you were going to lengthen the bottom torso. Once you come into the middle of those 2 actions, smile, corners of the eyes soft, brow soft. Watch the body or the mind with curiosity, patience, and ease. On your next inhale, push through the feet to rise up, heel toe or hop to the midline, and notice the shifts. Sensations, tingling, whooshing, thoughts. As you're ready, step or jump the feet wide for triangle to the opposite side. Left foot turns in, right foot turns out. Thigh point and knee point over the middle toes. Right hip crease back, hand to the block, floor, or leg. Check out if you lost your smile in the transition. On inhale, the upper ribs bow towards the ceiling. On exhale, the bottom ribs lengthen towards the bottom armpit. So you arc towards the ceiling, letting your mind's eye watch the little shifts of muscles. Noticing you might feel it more in your hip when you extend through the bottom side and then stay. Pretend you're trying to do those actions. Letting them get smaller and smaller until you exist in the middle between focus and ease, or strength and ease. Let there be a little mischievous grin on the lips. Feel it brighten the corners of the eyes and soften the brow. If you're looking at something, let your gaze be soft as if what you're looking at is 1,000 miles away. On your next inhale, push through the feet to rise up, heel toe, or hop to the midline, and take a moment to observe. Everything we do, mental or physical, creates a shift. We simply have to allow ourselves to acknowledge and receive it. Let's set up for pyramid pose. So turn towards the front of your mat. Left foot forward, right foot back. Hands to the waist. Push into the back foot as you inhale and lift the heart. Push your both feet as you lengthen forward. Left hand to the right hand to the block or the floor. Left hand can come into the hip crease. On your inhale, pull your hip back, lengthen. On your exhale, twist. On your inhale, push through the front foot to get long. On your exhale, push through the back foot to twist. Couple more times, watching the shift and where you feel it in your hips. One more time. Watching the muscles, the tissues move and ooze past each other, staying in the revolved position. On your inhale, like you were going to try to unravel and go straight. On your exhale, as if you were pushing through your back foot to twist. Taking a couple more moments. finding the middle of those two actions, and then allowing your mischievous grin to bubble up. Corners of the eyes, the brow is soft, keeping the gaze soft at whatever you're looking at. On your exhale, hand comes down, stepping forward to a forward fold. Inhale halfway, low back goes in and up. Exhale, folds. Push through both feet to rise all the way up. On exhale, letting the gaze shift down and inward, releasing the hands and taking a moment to acknowledge that everything shifts and changes. Watching our body change might help our mind get out of any intense focus that it's on. Left foot back to a pyramid pose. Feet as wide as needed so both hips face forward. Hands to the waist. Push through the back heel as you inhale, lift the heart. On your exhale, coming to a fold. Left hand to the block or the floor, right thumb into the hip crease. Pull your hip crease back as you push through your front foot to inhale and lengthen. Push through your back foot to twist. Push through your front foot to inhale and lengthen. Push through your back foot to twist. Couple more times, smiling as you let the mind's eye watch the shift in the muscles and the tissues. The next time you come into the pose, stay. But continue to push through your front foot to feel like you're lengthening, to push through your back foot to feel like you're twisting, until you feel like your body meets in the middle of this strength and this ease. Allowing your lips to smile, the corners of the eyes to smile, the brow. Watching the sensations and the thoughts with curiosity and patience and ease. We've got the best sitcom characters in our mind. Every single one, the jealous one, the happy one, the friendly one, the confused one. Hand comes down, stepping the foot forward. Inhale halfway for length. Exhale, folds. Push through both feet to rise all the way up. As the hands come down, the eyes close or the gaze looks down to release the hands and notice any shifts physically, energetically, mentally. Where do you feel it in your body? In your lower body, your mid body, your upper body? Inhaling the arms up to Urdhva Hastasana, and then looking down at your belly, feeling your belly move back in space. Try to keep that back as the arms lift. Starting to weight the left leg and hinging from the hip crease into a warrior three partially, and then back up. Each time, like one of those desk toys that goes a little bit further. Feel that core holding in that you did. The next time you come, you'll stay. Hands can always be to the waist or to the sides. See if you can smile in this pose. Releasing the hands, setting the foot down, left behind right, left behind right. Weight the back leg, the left. And if you need more, walk your hands forward and over towards the right side of your body. So you get a little stretch in that leg that you just worked. Watching the tension undo as you come back to center. Inhale halfway. Exhale, folds. Push through both feet to rise all the way up. On exhale, back into center. Releasing the hands and noticing where you feel that shift in the body. pulsing, tingling, one side versus the other, or upper, mid, or lower body. Allow yourself to smile at the process. Starting to weight the other side, the right side. Actually come back to center, bring the arms up to Urdhva Hastasana. Look down at your belly. Keep that back in space as you lift the chin to neutral. You can always bring the hands to the waist or back, weighting the right leg, hinging from the hip crease, coming partially into the pose, and back up. 2 more times, watching the muscles slide past each other. The next time you come into the pose, stay. Let yourself smile, taking one more breath there. And then releasing the hands, set to the floor, set the foot down, right foot behind left. Weight the back leg, the right, or walk the hands forward and to the left to get some sensation from the outer right hip to the outer knee. Notice if you lost your little smile. Watching inside with curiosity. Slowly as you walk out, watch the muscles and tension shift, undoing. Inhale halfway, low back in and up. Exhale, folds. Push your both feet to rise all the way up. On exhale, back into center, releasing the hands, feeling the sensations. Letting there be a little smile of the lips, the corners of the eyes and the brow. Watching the mental sitcom with humor. Maybe it's the anxious character really active today, or the bossy, or the quiet, or the unsure. We've got them all. They're all pretty funny. Bringing the right hand forward, pull the fingers back towards you. Feel where you feel sensation or tension. Slowly making the hand into a fist and rolling the fist in with the arms straight. On your inhale, unraveling that. On your exhale, rolling it in. Keeping the little smiles and watching the shifts. If you go further as the wrist flex in, then you can bend the elbow. 2 more times. Really spreading the hands wide and watching things shift. Smiling, considering letting the mind shift. The next time your arm goes forward, release it. Opposite arm forward, left. Pull the fingers back towards you, reach through the heel of the hand. Notice where you feel the sensation, and if you got serious face, give yourself that smile. Make a fist, flexing in. Couple more times like this, watching the sensation move from one part of the hand and wrist to the opposite side. And even as you're focusing, let your mouth, your eyes, your forehead be soft. It's important, but it's surely not serious. If you have further to go, bend the elbow after you flex the wrist in. 2 more times. The next time your arm goes straight will be your last. We will set up for handstand, because what better way to switch your perspective than to go upside down. If you know handstand, go ahead and go into it. If you're not doing handstand, then you can go ahead and come to a dog position and do some sorts of wiggling. You can come onto your knees and do wiggling and let one arm go up and the other, inviting the body to shift so that you can shift your mind. If you're coming into handstand and you're already there, then I encourage you to consider looking at your belly, letting it come in. See if you can smile and soften as you hold the pose. On your exhale, we'll lower down and we'll all meet in a child's pose. The next exhale, opening the mouth and sighing. One more time, as if any thoughts left in the brain can seep into the earth. Walking the hands back towards you, pushing yourself up. We'll do a couple wrist rotations, especially for those of you who did handstand. Transitioning onto our bottom and then onto our back. Beautiful. Arms can come to a T. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. And on your exhale, both legs go to the right. On your inhale, they come back up. Going back and forth. Letting your left low belly pull you back up. And watching the shift in the hips, the shift in the belly. The next time you come over, stay. Let the knee move away from the face towards the front of the mat. Turn your chin and look at the opposite arm. And open your jaw. Make weird faces. Squeeze your eyes. Change everything you can about your face. And then let it settle in to stillness. Inviting that little smirk, a mischievous grin. Mouth, eyes, forehead soft. On your next inhale, come back up to center. Undo the legs to neutral, and we'll switch to the other side. Right ankle over the left knee. On your exhale, bringing both legs to the left. On your inhale, pulling up. You can switch the breath cycle if you like. A few more times. Watching the shift in the hips. Maybe you feel it in the shoulders or the jaw or the neck. But watching change happens reminds us that everything shifts. In this sitcom, one character is the lead. In the next episode, a different will be the lead. When you come in to the pose, let the knee move towards, top knee move towards the front of the mat. Turn the chin and look over the right arm. Make some faces. Move your jaw around. Invite some shifts in the head. Feel free to settle into stillness, closing the eyes. Let there still be that little mischievous grin. Lips, eyes, forehead. Coming back up to center. Undo the legs back to neutral. And we'll set up for bridge pose. Bringing the feet underneath the hips. On your inhale, push into the feet to lift. Let the arms go up overhead towards the floor. On the exhale, the arms come up towards the sky and back towards the bottom as your hips lower. A few more times. Letting there be a little smile. As you bring your awareness to the backs of the hands. The backs of the hands going overhead, touching the floor. The backs of the hands exposed to the air when the hands come to the floor. One last time. And then grabbing onto a strap. Placing the strap around the front of the heels. or the ball of the feet, just not the arches, and extending the legs up to the sky. Take a moment to bring the feet closer towards your face and notice that you come off your sacrum, that bone on the back of your bottom, and let your feet move towards the bottom of the mat and notice you get closer to your tailbone. Go back and forth until you find a spot that feels like your backside is the widest and broadest, and that bone is even towards the top and the bottom. Let the legs spread wider. Lengthen from the inner thighs to the inner heels. Lengthen from the inner thighs to the inner heels. Close the eyes. Watch the breath. Watch the energy that's moved around and shifted in the body. And watch whatever goes on in the mind with patience, curiosity, and humor. Letting the feet come together in Baddha Konasana, use the strap to bring the feet way up high over the heart so you won't have the knees bent too much, and then pull the feet down like you were going to do Anjali Mudra or prayer position with your feet at your heart, which won't happen, but you make the effort. Notice the shifts in the sensations with your breath. So even breathing allows a slight shift in muscles and a slight shift in the neuromuscular system, the brain. My brain's off now, which is good. Extending the legs up and taking a moment, feeling the grounding. Of the backside. Lengthen from the inner thighs towards the inner arches of the feet. Releasing your strap. Extending the legs out to arrive in your Shavasana. Letting your awareness drift down into the sensations in the throat. The sensations of the breath moving through the throat. On inhale, watch the breath move from the throat towards the belly. And on exhale, from the belly towards the throat. Letting your mind's eye watch this movement, this shift. Acknowledging the softness and ease of the change and oscillation of your breath. Until if and when the mind quiets, the body lets go, and you may find yourself in your own amazing beauty to receive Shavasana. to drift back into the breath. And eventually into the body. Inviting whatever movements you'd like back into the body. As you're ready, bend both knees, bring the right arm overhead, rolling onto your right side, using your left arm as a kickstand for a few complete and luxurious breaths on your side. Allow that little smile to bubble up. Pushing through both hands to help rise up to any comfortable seat. If the knees are higher than the hips, or if it's challenging to keep your low back in and up to support you, then sit on a prop. It's always easier. Making the hands comfortable wherever you'd like, or at heart center in Anjali Mudra. Allow yourself to smile from the inside out. Watching the change of the breath and inviting the mind to have the fluidity of the breath, to rise and fall and pause as needed. Finding this quietest spot in your mind and sitting there with a smile, the quietest spot in your mind, and sitting there with a smile. One more conscious breath. May there be seeds of peace, and may all beings be at peace. Namaste.